I'm Simon Haas.
I'm Niki Haas.
And we're the Haas brothers. We've been working together for 10 years.
We make all kinds of stuff, ceramic, stone, metal.
We've just wanted it to be very her and also very us. So, one of them is her hands like this with her tattoos because that's really personal and her hands are awesome. Then there's one, Drippy in the Brain, has like a brainy texture that we always use but with a fabric that felt more Rihanna.
Rihanna has this like amazing ability to make somebody that's listening to her music feel very intimate, like they know her. So we really like this idea that it's her hands holding the book next to you, almost like you're sitting together reading the book together. The idea was just sort of play on that intense charisma that she sort of carries through her work. And then Drippy in the Brain, for us, I think felt more like this is more based on the artwork we've created before. And so it's sort of like our artwork giving support to something that feels much bigger than our studio, because the movement that she's created is this like big legend, really.
And then the stone one, we thought it needs to have like a real super heavy throne basically for the book, and that's basically as nice as it gets, as a hand-carved big stone stand.
There were definitely some late nights where like the deadline was so quick, and we really wanted it to be so right that we wanted all the IP loaded way ahead of the production. So there's some nights where one of us would be here alone till 2 or 3 in the morning. We met with her, we were here till like 2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. It was really fun.
I did have more like all-nighter nights than I've had since college on this project, but I was so excited the whole time that it was kind of awesome to do that.
Black and gold felt very like fashion and luxury, so for Drippy in the Brain, I think we really wanted it to feel fashion, luxury, and still like our artwork, and still like it made sense with the book.
And she had said like she likes pretty but not pretty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember
she loved that color. Niki laid out all those colors, and I was going for more like plummy, kind of like prettier ones. And she sided with Niki on that.
Yeah, I was like, what about slime green? And she's like, I love slime green.
Yeah.
And I was like, me too. Nobody likes slime green, but
yeah. The black fabric too. We had explored colors, but that fabric itself is like a weird rubber velvet that's so insane and awesome that we all couldn't stop touching it. So that's really why we went with that.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is something we use a lot of anyway.
We've been working on this project for like a year, I think, from start to finish. It's probably, we started with sketches, then we moved on to sculpting and material development, and then from that we went into full production, so I'd say it almost blocked out in like 4 months each.
And it's always a back and forth of like making something and then talking about it, and we're pretty much making stuff the whole time. And Phaidon did a lot of making also, and it was so cool. So we got to watch them do that from afar. I don't think I've ever been so nervous to meet somebody in my life, which is not normal for me, and also I was worried that would be bad just because we were going to work together, but she's the coolest person.
When we got asked to do the project, I was hoping we were going to have a real collaborative partner, because sometimes we'll enter a collaboration with somebody and they'll basically just be like, I just want to put my name on it, produce it, and sell it, but you guys really are doing all the work. What was really cool about working with her is that she came to the studio. We got to have constant communication with her and her team about the things that were going on. She really got her hands into the process and was really invested in how it would turn out, and I think made a point of making sure that it was both of our visions, or all 3 of our visions, I guess, and Phaidon, everybody included. It was a real team effort. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like we were left to our own devices and then they gave us the platform. It was more like we all did it together, and that you always end up with something special.
She said she wanted an artwork for the book because it was so important to her, and she had seen our stuff and kind of sent ideas that we'd made that she liked a lot. And all of our ideas were pretty much mingled the entire time. There was never like, hey, here's this, what do you think? it was just a constant back and forth.
It's something about like Simon and I have a lot of ideas a lot of the time, and so we sort of like throw up a bunch of ideas. When you have somebody that has a really clear vision that comes in and makes that decision super easy to take a path and to move somewhere, it's super rad. And the cool thing is like Rihanna's everything you would hope she would be as a collaborator. She's engaged, she's super stoked, she comes in and she says this, and that, and you just trust her because you know that she understands the pop ability of something so much better than almost anybody you could possibly imagine. So she really brought this this like ability to have a conversation with a mass audience to the table, which is not something we're able to do really on our own all the time. Like usually we're just sort of spinning off into obscurity and in our own weird little world and doing our things, and then you have somebody like her come in where she's like, this is how you speak to 1 billion people at once.